Epic versus Apple, so we're gonna get into it
Oh,
again.
now you get
And it's
to-
not
that's
really,
gonna be more you,
it's
because
not
you're
that
not
deep,
lying.
but it was hilarious. And I'm not gonna, again, I want to give it to you easy and digestible as best as I can, and I'm gonna give it to you straight up what happened. So there's things that just popped up. So I'm gonna start off with this because it's the more dude. At least you all sorts of fucked up. You all sorts of fucked up, my man. I could have just signaled, like give it a little up-a-ting, and then like I'll switch up, like they don't see all that chicken. That's gonna be a freaking a hashtag. That's what's gonna hashtag chicken wing, Papa in my lonely. Oh yeah, he went in there. Yeah, he got to eat because we order stuff, we do our thing. So just
Well,
away
it's bigger to do a talking.
well, yeah, but shit, I gotta hit it. You know, like focus, give it a little ha ha. Then I can be like change up. Okay. Anywho, Epic versus Apple second week. Epic was finalizing, Apple's preparing, and pretty much nothing really came out. I'm gonna butcher this name. It's called Inchigo.io. And I want you guys to remember that because what Apple did during the examination process was, I'm going to say disrespectful. Clever,
It
but
was
disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. Like, come on. So, what Apple is trying to get brownie points, and before I even get into this, there's rumors that Apple's going to win the case, but Epic is going to win the long haul. And I personally don't want that to happen. I want Epic to win and Apple to face the brunt.
Honestly, I do too.
Even if Apple is seen to be the victor, because the way they carry themselves now, trying to defend their property when they make it bank, is retarded. Anywho, Apple's lawyers tried to pry from the Epic representative, and I don't know if I have the actual, I think I saved it. Let's see here, just so I can give you some names and name drop it real quick for you guys. I probably, oh, there it goes. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, I could actually put that. That's fine. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go and give you a name drop. Who and what. If I could just find... Epic giveaway, free games. Nope. Oh, okay. I'd say this one. Doesn't really need to. One point. Epic, Tim Sweeney, apologizes deeply to Ubisoft on how they messed up. And by messed up meaning, Epic Store was the go-to store to get Assassin's Creed for free by mods. And they pretty much jailbroke it and got the actual game for free, and they got tons, and tons, which obviously hinders the Epic Play Store, so he profusely apologized to him. That came out. Again, these are things that are not public. They shouldn't be public.
It was in the email, too.
It was the email. It was the email. I could read, you know what? I should read the email, huh?
It was pretty, wow. Like, he was bagging. Like,
He messed up, and he has to own it. So, and you know what? It is what it is. So he goes, this is by Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games, and he says, in quote, "Dear Yves, I'm writing to apologize for the shortcomings in our Epic Games Store implementation of our Uplay integration. In the past 48 hours, the rate of fraudulent transactions on, it wasn't even Assassin's Creed, it was Division, surpassed 70%. It was approaching 90%. Sophisticated hackers were creating Epic accounts, buying Ubisoft games with stolen credit cards, and then selling the linked Ubisoft accounts faster than we were disabling linked Ubisoft purchases for fraud. Fraud rates for other Epic Game Stores titles are under 2%, and Fortnite is under 1%. So 70% fraud was an extraordinary situation.
Huge.
So imagine telling a major company that is
Like,
redonkulous.
sorry, we fucked up.
To stop the fraud, we disable purchasing of Ubisoft games. We will make our best efforts to restore service as quickly as we can. This depends on a real-time system for disabling refunded and fraudulent purchases on Uplay and anti-fraud improvements in Epic services. This work will likely take at least 2 weeks to complete. The fault in this situation is entirely Epic's, and all of the minimum revenue guarantees remain in place to ensure our performance. I'm sorry for the trouble, Tim Sweeney." I give him that because he went ahead and told and admitted it and didn't sugarcoat shit, and they still got a relationship. It's called honesty. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Honesty. Okay? That's all you need. So that came out. Again, these are things that are not public, and that came out during the court proceedings. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes of the one I wanted.
Yeah, what about the IG one?
Yeah, I'm getting to it. It's pretty much courtesy of Kotaku. They have a whole list of what went down. So, and I've seen it, but then they have a huge list, so that kind of makes it easier for me. And quote, Apple tries really hard to get Epic to admit they sell porn on their store.
Yep.
Like, really? How? So they pressed one of their lawyers here. Let's see. Apple's lawyers were establishing Epic's quality control process. So they were questioning, versus Apple Store of their quality control. And to give you an idea of what she was playing at, she just brought up a quote in which Epic CEO Tim Sweeney called some consumers humorless trolls and asked Epic Games Store VP Steve Alston if Sweeney was referring to Epic's own customers. She then moved on to the line of questioning surrounding itch.io. That's what it's called. Itch.io. The indie game store Epic recently added to the Apple lineup, seemingly to take shot at Apple. Here's the thing. Itch.io is not in the actual game to download or an app to download within the Epic Game Store. It is an extension, like a referral. And then you download the itch.io client. Okay? So you're aware, where is it? It wasn't Allison, it was somebody else.
So technically it's not even on them, on Epic.
No. She then brought up that itch.io, noting that it includes so-called adult games, pointing to specific games whose title was inaudible in official court audio. Allison replied that he was not aware of adult games on itch. So it was Steve Allison. I am very mistaken. It's not Allison that I assumed that it was a woman. It was Steve Allison, which that's his last name. They're pressing him to admit that Epic sells porn on Epic Games Store, which in fact it does not.
Which is not the case.
In quote says, Allison replied to pointing out that itch.io is on Epic, but it is not itself the Epic Game Store. Itch.io is an app store that is not the Epic Game Store. We are not included in Itch distribution pitch. Allison said Epic is only distributing the app store on itch.io. So they still went ahead. The lawyer that suggested that itch apps have not gone through any review process whatsoever, to which Allison replied that they are subject to whatever process itch.io puts in front of their developers.
Yeah, I can't believe Apple went stoop that low.
Yeah, because
like,
they want to make the judge, because the judge is looking at facts that's presented to them at that moment and then make the decision.
Fact at all. Who gives a
They do, because once they realize, because what Apple was questioning is the process of vetting apps. If they feel that was the truth and they plucked a hole, the judge could look at, well, Apple has the wall guarded for a reason and they're very pristine. Maybe Epic should learn a thing or two. Boom, Apple wins.
But if that's the case, but that's not the case though, because
it is not the case, because what happened was, so quote, so Allison disagreed with the quote previous, which is, so Epic Games, your store is on the hook for whatever process itch.io puts in place to review these games. They are so offensive we cannot speak about them here. Correct? She said. Allison disagreed. Unquote. So can you or can you not access those apps through the App Store? Asked the lawyer. Allison once again argued that while there might be porn on itch.io, that's not the same as it being on the Epic Game Store. And in quote, you cannot access those apps through the Epic Game Store. Exactly. You can access those apps through their application, which we are downloading itch.io within an app store. You have to have your own account with them and use their store, and they're subject to their terms.
Exactly. That's exactly how I saw it too.
So
that's
legally,
what is Apple trying to do?
So what Apple was trying to show is, because that is relevant in their site, knowing that they sell this, you still promote them on the site. No, I don't promote for one. Second, in order for you to take advantage of their content, you have to actually make it your own account and accept their terms of service.
Exactly.
Every account that you make, you have to accept their terms of service.
So that means you follow their rules, not Epic's rules.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. That's like if I refer you to go do something and then you do that something screws you over. You're not going to come at me.
No, you come at them.
You come at them because you went and voluntarily signed on and accepted those terms.
Exactly.
I referred you to that. I could be left in the dust and learn that the hard way, but you went ahead and you signed up and then you accepted it.
Exactly.
So Apple lawyers are trying to get on that with Epic and they weren't having that. So they were very firm with that situation. It sucks because, yes, itch.io apparently sells that. I guess it's adult games. They consider just, the blanketed term of the P word. Okay? So now they're saying that, well, these guys sell adult games. No, I don't. No, we could represent it, but we don't sell it. You got to click it and download it, get their application, sign up, accept, and then download. That's not us.
Nope.
They try to pass that.
Of course, they're trying to do that because Apple's it's grasping at straws right now. That's what Apple's doing.
And I feel like that is the case now. I feel like that is the case only because they're how would I say this? Their tactics is coming out bad. and not just their tactics. We kind of already knew what went down or how they operated. But how it affects the market slowly is coming out.
Uh-huh. And it's not looking good for
and
them.
Epic does have NVIDIA and does have Microsoft behind their backs.
Of course.
Mind you.
Microsoft has money.
And NVIDIA wanted their streaming tech to be on the Apple iPhone App Store. Jesus. They wanted that in their App Store.
Mm-hmm.
My argument is you're going to let Netflix and Hulu and HBO, but you ain't going to not let any games? I wonder why. Then they give out the Apple Arcade.
You know that's why.
You know that's why.
They wanted their money. They wanted to be the only place to get games. You go to the Apple Store. You play these games on this store. That's it. Done.
Yep. So these documents came out. And let's see. Now, another one that was completely random, and I want to actually bring it up to you because it was so messed up. And I explained this to the wife, too, because it was kind of messed up. An email leaked. Pretty much Tim Cook didn't realize who the hell Tim Sweeney was.
I was laughing when I saw that. I'm sorry. I was dying laughing.
Yo. Yeah, that was...
I'm sorry. I was dying laughing. It's like, wow.
I'm trying to find it right now.
You didn't know who you were.
Like, bro, I think he thought he was a custodian or he was another management of whatnot.
I was just like, that must suck. That's probably why you're angry.
Like, bro, you don't know who I am, yo? I run the game Forta Nighta. Yeah.
Who are you?
Here we go. I got it. So, here we go. All right. Another day, another collection. This is a courtesy of Kotaku. Another day, another collection of very funny and insightful documents being released as part of the Apple vs. Epic lawsuit. For tonight, we have a 2015 email from Epic's Tim Sweeney to Apple CEO Tim Cook, which one executive issues as passionate plea for marketplace reform, and the other says, "Who is this man?" This messed up. So, Tim Sweeney sends Tim Cook an email, and he goes, "Hi, Tim," end quote. "Y'all should think about separating iOS App Store curation from compliance review and app distribution. The App Store has done much good for the industry, but it doesn't seem tangible for Apple to be a sole arbiter of expression and commerce over the app platform approaching 1 billion users. Compliance review cannot be limited to API compatibility, safety," this is the reason why I'm reading all of this, "safety, data privacy, and fair disclosure practices. Compliant apps could be signed to allow open distribution via web or by confirming an invocation from another app, with no restrictions of engaging in commerce directly with users." You know what Tim Cook says? What I just read is deeply detailed. Come from a CEO that runs Fortnite. You know what Tim Cook says? Rather than replying directly to the dude who began his unsolicited request to alter Apple's billionaire business plan with the word "y'all," Cook forwarded the email to colleagues Phil Schiller and Eddie Q. He forwarded the email to both of the second henchmen in Apple and said, "Is this the guy that was at one of our rehearsals?"
Oh, God.
I'm just going to go ahead and minimize this window from here.
I was just laughing when I heard all that. I was
This
like,
man
this is way
said,
too funny. Like, who is
"Is this guy from our rehearsals?" Oh my God, that is so painful. That is disrespectful.
Yeah, I was disrespectful.
At least Steve Jobs would have found out something and then talked to the person. I know he was very firm too.
He was just like,
But to be like, hey, Eddie, is this guy from one of the rehearsals? Yeah. Of course, Tim was probably pissed. He's like, what? You know who I am? So that's what really came out with Epic versus Apple. Just more leaked documents. I think the first wave was very, 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 very epic.
mm-hmm, definitely.
No pun intended.
Hopefully next week we'll definitely have a lot more.
More because Apple's going to be on the attack mode. And we've already seen what they tried to do.
Well, yeah, with the whole
So
thing.
so if they start being petty like that, it kind of makes you wonder. Like from
Oh,
the outside,
it's gonna make them look bad.
like
Even after the court case, people are gonna be looking at Apple differently and be like, "Wow, you really had to stoop that low to get what you want." Mm. Even if they win, they'll look at them like, "Ew, you had to stoop that low."
well, those are in the know. Us two would have realized like that's messed up.
It is.
So yes, we do own their products. Yes, we utilize those
I
products.
was about to
But when
say,
it comes
I'm using one right now.
Yeah.
We're using two right now. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I would take off Apple Arcade. They'll lose that $5 from me. I won't download as much apps as I wanted to. I wouldn't do it.
'Cause you'll just feel
I will jailbreak my phone. In spite of you.
Don't you already do that?
Shut up. Shut up. I did. I don't now. But I will, and get my Xbox Game Pass, which is worth more and better than Apple's Arcade, and play it on my iPhone.
But they don't have that Final Fantasy game though.
Which?
What's it called? Fantasy something. The one that's made by Square Enix.
Oh, I could download the games. That's no problem.
Oh.
I could download the games. But overall, it is what it is, man. But nothing. Until next week, we have another one. Then the following week, I think she does make her decision. It's gonna be a game changer, man.
Either way, either if they win or lose, no matter who wins or lose, there's gonna be consequences all over the place.
Yes, and I really do
And
hope
I'm so curious of what's gonna be.
for the developers and the gaming community. I do want Apple to lose, to understand that Apple, you changed the cell phone game, not the gaming game, bro. Mm-hmm. Don't play that game. That's why I rock with Apple heavy. I understand. I was with them with the Samsung versus Apple, and that was a big lawsuit as well. Mm-hmm. And Apple ultimately won, and their rewards went down a little bit because there was other things that happened. But I'm with you with Apple. I'm with you. But when it comes to gaming, don't mess around. Mm-hmm. Stop it.
Exactly.
Because in hopes that this goes into Epic's favor, it's another way of showing that the people prevail, and Tim Sweeney is a legend. So the next.